So, what does it really mean to hit rock bottom and then actually fight your way back? Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful story of addiction and recovery from the fictional memoir Darkness That Has Never Left. It's a raw, unflinching look at one man's journey into the abyss and his battle for a second chance. And this quote, right from the author's note, it just perfectly sets the stage, doesn't it? It suggests that peace isn't about outrunning your past, but about finding a way to live with it. It's a theme that's going to echo through this entire incredible story we're about to get into. All right, so where does a story like this even begin? Well, it starts in a place of deep, deep isolation and this quiet, simmering rebellion. Our protagonist grows up in this conservative place he calls Sad City, and he feels like a complete ghost in his own life. You know the feeling? He's unseen, he's misunderstood, and he's just aching for something more. His escape? Rap music. That becomes his secret language, his first real taste of defiance against a world that just feels totally suffocating. And this, of course, leads to his first encounter with drugs, and he gives it this name, a benign escape. For him, that first puff of hashish isn't some scary gateway to addiction. It's a moment of freedom, a way to finally feel like he's in control. He tragically completely underestimates its power, thinking he's invincible. But here's the thing, that sense of control, it's a total illusion. And when he leaves for university in County City, the carefully constructed walls he's built around himself begin to completely, and I mean completely, unravel. This slide just captures the two lives he's leading perfectly. On one side, you've got this successful ghostwriter for musicians. His talent is finally being seen. But on the other, a completely different, darker story is unfolding. He's becoming more and more dependent on drugs just to get through the day. And you can see the progression right here, and it is absolutely chilling. What started as that benign escape with hashish, it evolves. Tramadol, well, he rationalizes that as a study aid. Psychedelics offer this fleeting illusion of some deeper meaning. And then comes heroin, which he tragically calls a deadly comfort. Each step takes him deeper, narrowing his world until the drug is the only thing left. But, even in all of this darkness, there is a light. He meets Lau, a singer who becomes his anchor. She sees the talent, she sees the tenderness behind his addiction. For a while, she gives him hope, a real reason to believe that maybe, just maybe, he could turn things around. She is the emotional heart of the story, for sure. But that hope, it's so fragile. His double life is this balancing act on a razor's edge, and it's about to come crashing down in the most devastating way you can imagine. This was it, the big one, the break every writer dreams of. He pours every single thing he has into a song for a famous artist, and he crafts what he knows is his masterpiece. The singer's team loves it, his entire future is right there on the line. And that's the crucial question, isn't it? The pressure of success can be just as terrifying as the fear of failure. Could he actually step into the spotlight he had spent so long trying to avoid? The answer, just tragically, is no. In this profound act of self-sabotage, he chooses the needle. He just disappears completely, vanishes into a heroin haze, letting his phone ring and ring while his dream waits for him in a studio across town. By the time he finally resurfaces, it's way too late. The music industry doesn't wait for anyone. His song was rewritten by someone else. He wasn't just replaced, he was erased. In that moment, he becomes a true ghost, invisible, irrelevant, and utterly defeated. And this is the final crushing blow. In the aftermath, he pushes Lee away. After one last heartbreaking argument, she leaves. He literally watches the only person who truly believed in him walk out of his life forever, leaving him completely and utterly alone with his demons. This is rock bottom. But sometimes rock bottom is the solid ground you need to start climbing again. And from this point of total devastation, the story shifts. He makes a decision to fight for his life. The climb begins with a descent straight into the hell of withdrawal. And let's be clear, this is not a gentle recovery, it's a brutal, physical war. The book describes days of pure agony in rehab, as his body purges the poison, the violent shaking, the drenching sweats, the constant sickness, all while he's being haunted by hallucinations and these crushing waves of regret. This is the price he has to pay for all those years of escape.
So once that physical storm finally subsides, the emotional work begins. He's encouraged to write letters to all the people he wronged. He just pours out all his guilt and regret onto paper, finally taking accountability for the pain he caused. This is such a crucial step, facing the wreckage head-on.
And recovery is not a sprint. It is a marathon. After rehab, that first year is just spent in a quiet coastal town, learning to live one day at a time. It takes years more to slowly, carefully rebuild the bridges he burned with his family and feel strong enough to face the world again. 3 years sober, he's ready to rejoin society. He steps into a whole new world, and his professional turnaround, it's nothing short of remarkable. He trades the smoky recording studios for a sterile corporate office. He gets an entry-level job at a tech firm, and he uses that incredible writing talent not for song lyrics, but for business proposals. It's a world away from his old life, a chance to forge a completely new identity. And he doesn't just succeed, he absolutely excels. He channels all that ambition and creativity into his new career, and the results? They're just staggering. The proposals he led secured over $250 million in new contracts for his company. It's an unbelievable testament to his comeback. But the story doesn't end there. Just as he's hitting this new professional peak, he gets news that a friend from rehab has died from an overdose. And it's this brutal reminder that the darkness never truly disappears. The success, the money, none of it makes him immune. And this quote just captures his profound realization. He hadn't truly healed. He'd just been running. He'd built this entire new life on top of the old wounds without ever properly addressing them. His friend's death forces him to stop and finally confront the difference between just moving on and actually healing. Which brings us to the final haunting question of this entire story. After surviving the fire of addiction and forging a new life from the ashes, is a person ever truly free from their past? The book suggests that maybe peace isn't about the darkness leaving, but about learning how to live with the light you've managed to find within it. A really powerful thought to end on.